Well, this is what it all comes down to. All the exercises, all of the consults, all of it culminates. Here it is, the winners of the blocks. Welcome to The Blocks, the greatest show on entrepreneurship.
Oh my God.
Shit's about to get real.
It is amazing.
Each season, we house startups who live together while going through a formal startup accelerator.
Entrepreneurs from across the country.
There's 60 other people here that have good businesses that are here for a reason.
Oh shit, this is crazy.
They're competing in a series of workshops, one-on-one consults, pitches, and exercises where they'll be ranked from first to last.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think I was gonna win at all. I was so caught off guard when I heard my name. Couldn't even believe that I got selected.
I was having so much anxiety these last few days. I struggle with PTSD, and so the competition and feeling like I'm failing, like I'm not grasping the material.
My confidence is through the roof. My nerves, they're a little shaky.
Freaking pumped. I loved the content today and I felt super confident with it.
The last day and I win the pod. This is everything to me.
So we won our pod today, so we're really excited about that.
I'm just overjoyed. I have chills. It's more than I could have imagined and expected. I just came willing to give it my all.
You're going to be giving the same exact 3-minute presentation that you gave this afternoon. The only difference is immediately after your pitch, you're going to be given 2 minutes of questions from your judge today to pressure test your strategy.
Sounds great. I'm Janelle from Automar Consulting, supporting businesses all over the country to get the foundation and the structure they need to formalize their businesses. Two of the tech stacks that I want to use specifically for lead nurturing is MailChimp. For me, I have leads from this year. I started my business this year and I have not had the opportunity to nurture them. So before I generate new leads, I want to nurture the ones that I already have by creating a MailChimp. But first creating that content that I can bring value to them, make sure that I'm providing all of this different information before I try to ever sell anything. The other one for me that has been really helpful for those of us starting is Google Contacts. You can actually label your Google Contacts and strategically mark where you met somebody at an event, how many sales you've done for them. And so for me, at this point of my business, that's what I'll be doing. Revenue capturing, I started with HoneyBook. They actually were $1 a month, so keep that in mind. However, they were charging me 3%. So what I decided to do is go to an organization that's called PayBright. So instead of having Venmo, PayPal, all of these different structures to collect funding, I'm using one. That's PayBright. I can text invoices, I can email invoices and get that across. For social media, I'm actually gonna be using HubSpot to calendar and schedule my content. Rather than posting in all of the different social media sites, I'm gonna schedule my time very intentionally and use HubSpot to help me get that across, as well as use Linktree so that anyone that wants to reach me can buy from me, can find me, can see my content, can buy from me. So that's what I'll be using. As far as a CRM or a customer organization method, I had Monday.com at the different nonprofits that I used. We had that licensing. I will continue to use that for my own business. However, I will probably very intentionally do a free trial, have them give me a deal to then extend my licensing with them to, again, save a little bit of money as a new business owner. Monday.com gives me the opportunity to link anything from my Google Drive, connect them, and organize them very strategically. So Monday.com will then be funneled to make sure I'm collecting all of my contacts and be able to use things like WhatsApp to, again, be able to send those text messages at very key pivotal time with my business owners. My consultants that I want to hire, I'm just going to go ahead and schedule kind of one-on-one consultations individually to specifically help me with my pre-recorded workshops. I'm going to actually, to bet them, is I'm going to look for who's doing great work out there, right? Rather than just going somewhere random, I'm going to find good work and ask that small business owner, who made that video for you? Who's helping you? That's who I want to do my work, my resources.
What is the first tool that you're going to have to spend money on?
The first tool, I'm going to use probably a better version or the MailChimp version for sure.
And what's the benchmark in your business to where you will know that you need to make that leap and pay for that service?
Honestly, getting back home, I'm just going to begin to create that content, set up all that information very strategically so that once I do purchase MailChimp, I already have everything scheduled to go in different timeframes based on what I want to communicate to my clients.
And how will that investment in MailChimp affect your growth?
Absolutely, it's going to help because what I'm going to do is shift from working one-on-one with individuals to begin to actually pre-record a lot of the content that I'm giving. Let me show you how to elevate your branding on something as simple as Instagram, have them join that live, but then be able to email them and sell my pre-recorded workshops about other content that's really important for their growth. I think I did good enough to win, absolutely. I think I was specific with numbers. I was descriptive, and I think I also was able to explain the essence of my business and why I would be using these particular forms of technology to help me achieve my goals and apply everything I've learned here.
All right, bring her out.
Today I'm going to tell you about 2 different modalities we use for each of the 4 categories that was discussed in today's class. In our lead generation and nurturing, we generate leads through Facebook and Google paid ads through ad services through social media. And these are managed and nurtured by a company called 7-Figure Aesthetics, which is specifically designed for aesthetic practices. It has email drip change, text drip services, all that type of stuff in a good solid customer service and retention management system. Secondly, through social media, we use 2 different tools there. We use, of course, Meta, which is the free and easiest and most effective way to answer questions quickly and efficiently through our Facebook page and through Facebook Messenger. And then we also use the 7-Figure Aesthetics as well, which is fully integrated into all of our social media platforms to funnel everybody right through that same system. When we are speaking about customer organization, we use Aesthetic Record, which is our electronic medical record, which also performs a variety of other things for us, including a point-of-sale service system. It has a customer management system within it as well. And of course, it collects a lot of data for us because it is an electronic health record. Secondly, we use a company called Gusto to manage our injectors who are also our client base, but because we are in medicine, they have licensing and other things we have to manage for medical law, so we needed a company that could manage that for us and manage them effectively. Lastly, for revenue capture, we use Stripe that integrates into our EMR. And that's an easy way to capitalize on that, as well as Aesthetic Record, which of course has all business insights as well. It provides us with everything we could possibly need to know about our revenue. And finally, embedded into our website, we use WooCommerce for any of our online sales.
What points of automation in your tech stack do you think would have the most impact to your revenue?
Appropriately placed timing between the texts for our customers. Catching our customers at an exact point in their life cycle with us, because Botox is a repetitive service and fillers are also a repetitive service, so a very strategic placement of those will generates the most revenue for us.
If you could change one element of your tech stack, what would it be, how would you change it, and how would you go about integrating it?
If we could change one element of our tech stack, it would still be how we manage the clients that are our injectors that get products from us.
She killed it, and it's very exciting, and if she doesn't want to say it herself, I'll say it for her, but yeah, a little bit choking yesterday, and so today was just like, she killed it. I mean, whether you win or not, people say that, and it gets a little cheesy, but seriously, there's not a single thing I think someone would change about what she did tonight, so super proud.
All right, come on out.
Hi, my name is Jason Nunez. I'm the CEO of Go Digital Hero from Charlotte, North Carolina. Go Digital Hero is a US-based service disabled veteran, LGBT-owned, minority-owned virtual assistant company aiming to join your journey to work-life balance reimagined. When I'm not being a digital hero, I'm being an airman hero. I am a religious affairs airman with the rank of Senior Master Sergeant in the United States Air Force Reserve, currently stationed at United States Southern Command in Doral, Florida. I basically make sure that there are religious affairs in every location where there are US troops. When I'm not being a digital hero or an airman hero, I'm playing with my fur babies, also known as the Chief Bargaining Officers, Atlas and Aspen. They love to play fetch, they love to play in the backyard. When I'm not playing with the pups, I'm spending family time with my husband, going on walks, and also volunteering for a nonprofit organization called Minority Veterans of America. We are really excited to scale, but in order to do this, we had to get our tech stack right. So for lead generation, we're going to use Popple and Constant Contact. Popple is going to collect the email, social, phone number. It's going to funnel it into Constant Contact, which then that is what we'll use for our lead nurturing via email and text campaigns. We're going to hire a full-time salaried person. We're going to use LinkedIn Jobs or Indeed, and the job description is simply going to say, do you have a pulse and a passion? Go Digital Hero, to be a hero, you do not need to launch rockets, you do not need to perform brain surgery. You just need to have a pulse and a passion. We'll conduct that via interview. Everything else can be learned. After that, we're going to use, for our social media tech stack, we're going to use LinkedIn and IG ads as folks who need personal assistance are the professional target area. So we're going to use IG ads to gain new leads, but we're also going to use LinkedIn to educate folks on what it is that you can actually delegate. We help discover the delegable, complete the delegated, so that our folks can be free. For for that role, we're going to use free labor, aka interns, and we can source those from high school, chambers of commerce, because who better knows what the young'uns are doing than the young'uns themselves. Finally, for revenue capturing, we're going to get a contractor. That's going to be on a monthly standard rate. And they're basically going to overlook our QuickBooks, Clockify, and our ADP Total Force, which is going to be QuickBooks for invoicing clients, and ACH and PayPal, as well as ADP Total Source for the one-stop shop for HR, taxes, and payroll for our team.
All right, so what type of tech will you use for high security data for clients that have like extremely, things that need to be safe? What would you use?
So at this time, what we would do is we would put it behind a VPN server, and we also have an encrypted email server that we use. It is, I don't remember the exact name right now because it's something that I'm working with Dell to get set up for us, but it's an encrypted email service that requires two-factor authentication to even open the email. And that is specifically something that I have used. Not that one, but a different encrypted software that didn't really work for us, but I used it, was for a political campaign for a political appointee in the state of Seattle when they were running for office. We had to safeguard their information, their mail list, and we had to use the two-factor authentication encrypted email.
Wow, thank you. What types of email sequences are going to be going out and are important to have?
So there's three that I believe are important to have. One is the education piece. Specific to Go Digital Hero, I have three. One is your new customer, so I'm going to send you testimonials. I'm going to send you tips and tricks and tools on how to do things yourself, because it's better to enable you than just hire me. And then the other part is highlighting my current clients and the tools that I use and the affiliates that I use, because then that shows breadth. It's not always sales and pitchy, doesn't typically go to spam, but it also keeps folks interested in us. And on every email called the Digital Hero Headliner, with all the QR codes, it's always signed by Atlas, who's my chief marketing officer. All right, so it was pretty nerve-wracking going out there with everyone cheering you on. It was kind of exhilarating. I feel as though the way I delivered, I could not find a flaw unless you overanalyzed what I was saying.
All right, come on out.
Hi everybody, I'm Amanda. I am the owner of Purity Skin Studio. We are the premier MedSpa of South Denver. So let's talk a little bit about what we're currently using for lead generation and for lead nurturing. For lead generation and lead nurturing, we use Flowdesk, which is for emails, and RepeatMD is a private label app that we use. They have to scan a QR code and it inputs all of their information, and then we can do drip campaigns from there that go via text as well as via email. When we first found RepeatMD, we actually got this for free. So the vetting process was actually pretty simple because we had just spent $100,000 on a brand new laser and they gave us this $10,000 platform for free. So we thought, what the hell, might as well try it, right? let's see. We also use social media, Facebook and Instagram, and we do have a branding manager that we use to help run this. I found and vetted this branding manager because a lot of other local spas in our industry were just killing the game on social media. So I reached out to them to find out who they were using, what they were paying, what their ROI was, and had an interview with her, and that's how we brought her on. For our CRM, we use a software called Mevo, and it is a point of sale and scheduling software. This has all of our clients' data, all their health history, consent forms, treatment charts, scheduling, transaction history. We have everything in there. It also connects to our point of sale software, which is WorldPay. We did not do a vetting process with WorldPay because we loved Mevo so much, and we did a year-long vetting process trying several different programs with several different demos, and this is the one that integrated best with them. So that is what we use for that. And I'm most excited to bring on Trainual because I do all of the training myself right now, which takes a very long time. So when Wes told me that today, I was like, beyond excited to be able to have a platform where I can actually film everything, have everybody test out, and I don't plan on doing a whole lot of vetting because I trust Wes.
What will you do if your client is on your website and they decide not to purchase?
So that is a great question. So right now we are in the process of looking at going through analytics for Google as well as GoDaddy to see how long a client or a potential client is actually on our website, find out what that time frame is, and then what we'll do is say they're on for 10 seconds, we will have a pop-up come up at 8 seconds that will offer a deal to be able to to capture their information and entice them to come in for a service.
And lastly, tell us about any integrations in your software.
So Flowdesk actually integrates with Mevo, or WorldPay integrates with Mevo. I also have what's called Reach AI that actually goes through all of Mevo and can find people that haven't been in a while. Say they haven't been in for Botox in 6 months. It will then send them a customized email that says, hey, you haven't been in Botox for 6 months. You now have wrinkles on your forehead. Here's 10 free units. So we do lots of different integrations into the same systems. So I've never talked so fast in my freaking life before. I feel like there was a ton of content, and I was trying to make sure that I had every single key point that they were looking for, and I wanted to make sure I got it all in. So I feel like I did really good with content. I don't know how well it was presented since I was talking like literally 100 miles an hour.
All right, come on out.
So for our lead generation MarTech technology, first I'm going to start with ConvertKit. ConvertKit is a special mail service that is especially for creators. That's in order to get subscribers. As a writer, I would look to have subscribers. Also for lead generation, I use Facebook ads. I design them in Canva Pro. I write the copy myself, obviously, which is genius. And I know, and I put it out there into the world, and it gets me some leads. And then, of course, social media is very important to my business. I use Buffer to schedule all my posts across all my platforms, and then to see the analytics on the back end. Also, I would like to get involved with Jasper, which is an AI copywriting tool that will help me craft posts for social media and my blogs, because that way I can spend less time doing research and more time just doing the editing and the SaaS adding. For revenue capturing, I use Venmo with my clients, and then also for master classes that I will be having, I'm going to use Eventbrite, and we'll collect payment through there. As far as my CRM, for my personal clients, I use HubSpot, and I also use, for my agencies that I work with to keep track of their clients, I go through Monday.com. Now, my biggest issue is not having enough time to do the lead generation, so I do need contracting help very badly. I'm looking to go on Fiverr or freelancer.com and do some A, B, C, D testing to see who might be a right fit for my brand. I expect them to do the research and all the groundwork, and again, I'll come in and add the flair. And I'm also going, and then I would pay them based on their rates. Also, I'm going to look to leverage all the Facebook groups that I'm in with marketing people who are always looking for writing and have writer resources. I'm going to get some word of mouth referrals from those professionals that I trust and pay them whatever the word rate is that would make me a profit.
How do you view the major change of AI used in the copywriting industry, and how can you leverage this for your business?
Right, so AI copywriting is one of those things that I wish it didn't exist, but I certainly can't ignore it. So instead of flight, I'm gonna flight or fight, I'm gonna work with it. AI copywriting would be a great tool for me because instead of doing the hours of research that I do on all my different clients, because I don't know about chronic back pain or rheumatoid arthritis or real estate, that would save me hours and hours of time by them doing the research, and then I come in and add the human touch.
What are ways you can and will use technology to drive repeat business from your existing clients?
Sure. So I would like to get a drip flow growing for my existing clients using, what did I call it? ConvertKit. It's new technology for me. Using ConvertKit, I would want to put my existing business in there and just kind of give them out value as much as I can, just to let them know that I'm there, even if they don't have any projects for me at that moment, showing them that I'm busy writing blogs, doing podcasts, all the stuff that I do on a regular basis to keep my writing skills sharp, taking comedy writing classes, just keeping them up to date on that so they know Jill's here when they need me.
Honestly, I'm pretty proud of myself. I think it went great. I love speaking in front of a crowd of people, so that wasn't the hard part for me. I was just nervous what kind of questions he was going to throw at me, but I felt very ready.
All right, come on out.
They're riled up tonight.
They are.
Well, my name is Aaron Quinones, and I'm the founder of QActual. And so, because we're a tech startup, we need to have a robust text stack. So the first thing we're going to do is create and nurture. The first thing that we're going to do to create and nurture leads will be to use LinkedIn ads and Facebook ads to drive people to our MailChimp. We have specific avatars that we've created for each demographic of customer that we want to select with a unique messaging for them, for their value proposition, for what matters to them. These 3 avatars have a unique value proposition. And so we're going to also leverage our social media through Facebook and LinkedIn to create a community of mental health professionals who care about mental health and have a passion to help others. We will also post free content in these communities that people can use as resources for their industry. And we hope that the groups will eventually be organic and organized and self-correct. But there is a problem there that we will solve through contracting. The other thing we're going to do is our customer organization. Currently, we use Zoho for our customer management because it's a robust list of products that integrate well with our current digital business card, the link. We're also gonna, but it is a little bit expensive, so we're gonna A/B test Pipedrive to see in our social media funnel to see if it can improve consistency or reduce cost. So we're gonna retain capital. We use the App Store is our main way that we retrieve that capital. But for our enterprise customers, they prefer Venmo or PayPal for bulk payments. Some still like to write checks, so we're trying to break that bad habit. So when it comes to contractors, we really need 2 spaces here. One is for training and one is for AI. So we need help with training. We're a small team, so we can't spend a lot of time with training. So we're going to use Trainual to better understand the space and then look for a referral from our current dev team for a coder they have in their community that we can bring in-house to build our own small-scale video capture app. And then we will... Then we'll use this small app so they can try and give them a job, basically. After that, we want to use our dev team. We're going to use Fiverr to hire somebody to build a small AI app to manage the conversations that are happening organically inside of our groups, to be able to manage those without us having to overlook them, look for keywords, and create word clouds like that, so we know what words are being used commonly, so we can put that back into our aggregate system when we're looking to drive traffic through our funnels.
What type of tech, software, or an actual person that you have on staff would you or do you use to track the number of downloads and the individuals who actually maybe remove the app from their phone?
That's a great question. Actually, the App Store does a lot of that aggregate data collection for us, but then we take that and we put it into our own system because I like visual aids, and so it really helps me to see the data, not in numbers, but visual. So we create heat maps, which helps me understand the users in specific demographics in specific states. And eventually, when I have enough data points, that'll let me do best practices that I can then return back to my customers to help them increase engagement.
What type of tools will you use to funnel and nurture the mental health professionals that are going to be in your Facebook group?
That is a great question. So we're going to look for professionals on LinkedIn. We will use some on Facebook, but we really want to focus on LinkedIn because that's more of where our customer base is going to be. Since we are a B to B to C, the buyers are going to be people in the master or doctorate level, and so that's where we're going to look for them. I've also been running on the circuit for mental health conferences, so I make a lot of connections there, and I'm able to push them in. I felt more confident, and so that rapid fire where you got to think on your feet, being in the military, I'm used to those, that kind of environment where you got to change it up, so I think I did really good.
All right, come on out.
It needs to be simple, pretty straightforward.
My name is Alexander Shar. I go by Zan. We own Mess Hall, and that is located in Hopkins, Minnesota.
And my name is Joey Carney, and I am Zan's business partner in this joint venture that we've started.
Mess Hall is an art experience venue where we do different types of art techniques and messy activities that you generally would do at home. It's for all ages, but it definitely naturally fits with kids where they can come do things that you wouldn't want to do because you make such a big mess.
I love to snowboard. I'm a super creative person, and I have my own little art niche that I spend hours doing and hanging out with friends and trying to find a balance of fun social life as well as the work life, and there's really never a dull moment.
I'm a mom of 2 kids. I've been with my husband for over 15 years, and then my kids are 5 and 2.
All right, so for social media, the 2 platforms I would use is Vimeo. Vimeo would be for video ads focused around reducing screen time for kids so that we can get that lead on through Facebook ads and Insta. Then we would lead into our nurturing campaign where we would be using MailChimp and simple texting for our drip campaign. Both of these campaigns, my lead generating through social media along with lead nurturing will be through my marketing team. My marketing team was found through a friend who works for a marketing company, and this individual was her intern. She left, was great, and then my friend told me to use her. I use her for $700 a month. Then for my revenue generation, I will be using a booking platform that I have been working and testing on with a developer. We had 2 other platforms before, but this platform has customizable features with questions, so it reduces the amount of emails I have back and forth, along with customer service questions like where to park and so forth. And then that is called Fair Harbor. That is free for me, but then charged to the customer through a fee at the end. Then the revenue generation will go through Stripe into QuickBooks. I will be doing QuickBooks. I am a CPA for the past 13 years. That's my sweet spot and where I spend like tons of my time looking at all the money. And then my CRM campaign will be focused on Monday, and that will be built to track all the information that I'm getting from the booking, along with how they found us and so forth. And then Zendesk. Zendesk will be the area where we're trying to the areas that we're lacking on the questions, like the age of the kids, how many kids will be coming. So then it will follow up with them along with send a confirmation email. How I have vetted the individual to do this is through someone here, Hot Mess Consulting. She quoted me $3,000 to $5,000 that will be implemented in 1 month, and she did offer me installment payments that will be done as we go and test throughout that month time frame. So about $1,000 per month, and then if it's not going well, she can continue billing me, or we can look at out-of-scope fees because I'm a lot to deal with and might have some additional fees there. Bam.
Can you explain why you need each piece of the technology in your stack to scale?
So we are a small business. Small businesses generally focus around customer service and feet on the ground. What I'm looking to do is I don't want to do any more tasks. I have enough tasks to do, and I just want to be going out and finding new stores and franchising. So in order to do that, I need to start getting this technology up to speed so I don't have to be sitting responding to moms asking me questions about how many kids can come to their party.
How did you decide to build your own software versus use another?
We worked with 2 other companies before we decided to keep working with the developer on customizing. It was because even after we had a booking platform, we were getting so many questions and follow-up questions that I knew we needed to have something that outlined a few of those to reduce that and also handle payment at the time of booking, because a lot of payments were being lost at the store because the team didn't understand what and when to charge. I think I nailed everything. I did get a little nervous, but everything that came out was in my book and I could reference it, and I covered all the points.
All right, come on out. Every single one of you guys could have won on any other night that we did this exercise. It was perfect across the board. And so that means that there's going to be a couple people that placed low that did phenomenally. There's essentially 0 feedback. It was 7 for 7, very impressive. But that's not how the blocks work, so.
In 7th place, we have Oromar Consulting.
In 6th place, we have Sergeant Q.
In 5th place, we have your creative concierge.
In 4th place, we have Smiley Aesthetics.
In 3rd place, we have Zan with Methol.
In 2nd place, we have Go Digital Hero.
And the winner is Amanda from Purity Skin Studio.
That's how you describe some tech stacks. I'm proud of y'all.
Entrepreneurs really need a supportive system. They need to be around people who are like them. And I think because there's so much negativity out there and there's so much stigma and misinformation, we've got to be able to have places where we block that out, and we've done that here at the Blocks.
I woke up this morning and I was like, shit, this is the last day.
What I'm going to miss the most about the blogs is everything. But especially just the people, like connecting with the people the way we did.
I'm gonna be leaving, the blocks with just some extreme amount of knowledge that I never would have had. I never would have been able to attain. I wasn't educated, I don't come from an education background, so.
During the competition, not only did we learn a ton of information, which allowed us to apply it right then and there in our business, so it gave us an idea, at least it gave me an idea of how I was gonna apply it when I got home.
It was a much different experience than I guess I anticipated, and I don't think I could have prepared for how welcoming and warm and also collaborative everyone would be.
A lot of people, they don't understand the sacrifices that you have to make becoming an entrepreneur. So I would say that's what I'm going to miss the most, is just being around so many entrepreneurs.
Start a business and find out who your real friends are. I have been very, very alone for the past 9 months, and this community means to me that I have now found a tribe, that I'll never be alone again.
This whole experience has really just given them an environment that is so conducive to their growth and their healing. We're taking all of the productive personality types and putting them all in one place. And it's like having a concentrated environment of exactly what you need.
Just how energizing and catalyzing a program like this is. It's been a while since I was involved in something like this, and just the camaraderie has been fantastic.
Are you really trying to boil these very complex concepts from the startup world, the tech world, fundraising world, and trying to disseminate that to middle America? and everybody that's at their homes loving sort of what's going on the coast, but thinking there might be a better way in my hometown. I just don't know how to make sense of it. And they find the blocks.
This show is amazing. I've heard it from almost everybody I've come across that this show has changed their lives.
Being an entrepreneur is extremely intense, and we get burnt out, all of us. And that's a very personal thing. And we need a personal support system as well. And we need that support system to understand how the business is influencing that. We need creative minds. We need inspiring minds. We need people who get us around us. I cannot express how valuable it is to be around my people.
We are officially done. No more points can be earned. The leaderboard is set. The decisions for the various categories have been made, and it is pretty exciting. I'm just going to go right out, starting with most investable. First up, we have Smiley Aesthetics.
It feels overwhelming in a very positive way. It feels validating. It leaves me a little speechless, honestly. The validation for the work that we've put in, it's more than just us, you know, it's, I've got 2 children at home, and my husband who is so supportive, and my brother-in-law, her husband, who is so supportive of her, and yeah, I'm just overwhelmed with emotion.
You guys did fantastic all week. I've enjoyed every second that we've had together. What you've been able to do, especially as of recent, is incredibly impressive. I think that we've come very far in our messaging just in the last couple of days. The earning potential is big, and I've got all the faith in the world that you guys are going to make an absolute empire.
This space, she's the clinical, she's the artist, you know, the business and all that type of stuff, and her support of me and letting me pitch. I mean, we could have split it, we could have done all those things. So, I mean, can't do anything without her.
Wes, like, nobody would be here without you. What you've done is also just, I mean, it's amazing to connect these people and put us in the same room. And, you know, there's not really words to do what you did for us outside of this game. It's more, so much more than that. And kudos. I mean, there's not really words for that. And thanks for me as well for supporting us. And oh my God, look what we've done. Look what you guys have done. So, we won this award because of, you know, it takes a village when you're a mom, and you know, when you're, and all 3 of us are mothers. It's the village that's gotten us here, and then, you know, some hard work and some, you know, a little bit of grit and grind, and we're scalable and replicable and sustainable. So I have to give those plugs. All the reasons why you know, the definition of most investable, but it's just hard to get past all the stuff in the background that makes it what it is.
Also, still in the most investable category, easily, this is by far the easiest decision of the entire week, the Afro Goddess Connection.
For me, winning most investable as a startup, that validates the fact that I am on the right path to where I'm trying to go. I have really big dreams, and I've been working really hard step by step, and to have people so far ahead of me look back at me and say that I belong, there's nothing that I can say for that other than just complete gratitude.
Go really quick because I'm about to start breaking down. You're one of the most impressive women I've ever met in my entire life.
You have no idea how hard my life has been the last year. And then I saw that message on Facebook, as all of you did. And, you know, we've had lots of conversations about all of our personal lives, and we all have issues and different things going on. And I just want you all to keep going. Like, just keep going. You literally can do anything. Just keep going. Thank all of you for everything that you poured into me. I have such big dreams, and it's been so hard. And I promised Atlanta a win. I won most investable because I've been working very hard and everyone can see it. I brought all my products, I had all my numbers.
I had all of my processes together, and you're under a lot of pressure in this competition. And so when you can stand in that and you can give your rebuttals and you can listen and take direction, you get seen.
Most valuable has to do with if like a private equity firm rolled in and bought these companies tomorrow. A lot of it has to do with earning potential. A lot of it has to do with assets. A lot of it has to do with who the human is, which also means that they've got a lot of potential into the future. With that said, our first most valuable company is Top Producer Investment Capital.
It's pretty incredible. I was surprised. There was a lot of competition. There were so many other entrepreneurs that I met that had amazing companies, amazing character, amazing ambition and drive. And I'm honored to be chosen as most valuable, and I'm humbled and just, I don't have the words to express what this week has meant to me. It's been exciting to be around a group of my people that are finally like me, that I get, and that can share and celebrate in the journey that we've all been.
So you absolutely crushed the investments night, but the reality of it is you as a jockey at the helm of the platform that you've built is just very impressive. And you've got a lot of assets under management. You've got a system that is down. You've got a horizon that looks, that checks out. I mean, it's just check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. It's just a matter of time. So I look forward to one of these days where you'll be a judge on that panel. I look forward to watching the riches pour in as you continue to do good for this world.
It really means so much to be up here. I feel so much love and support from everyone that I've met today, the new friends that we've made this entire week, all the judges, all of your inputs, all the things that I've learned that I want to go off and I'm excited to start implementing right away. And I see a lot of growth for what everyone's done here so far. I have things that I can't wait to get started. I know everyone here does. So judges, thank you so much for your input this week. And I hope to have this be a continuous learning journey all throughout. So,
like, a lot of people take their money and they invest in the stock market or they invest in real estate. And I believe in that. I do it myself too. And I think that can help you grow. But what I've learned is that you will get a far better return on your investment if you invest in yourself, in your education, in your mental health, in your physical health, and in your community. And then you use all of that to support others around you and grow. That's the best investment that you really can make on yourself, more than anything material, and then you'll gain from that so much more that you can use to benefit the world.
Last of my special categories, all pause retreat.
It's validating that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm asking the right questions, that I'm not just like everybody else, that I have something different and I can make a real impact in the world.
This was also a relatively easy decision. You cheat a little bit by doing stuff with dogs. I've always said if you do dog stuff, you're immediately in beta blocks, and so it's a little bit of cheating, but I'll let it slide. You are an incredibly disciplined woman that's running a very tight operation with lines out the door. There's multiple avenues of expansion. I cannot wait to see the dog park. Personally, I think you should replicate exactly what you have now, but for whatever reason, no matter which way you go, I know it will be incredibly successful, and I've given you a hard time over the week, but it's our little inside joke. Obviously, I believe in you, because that's why you're here. So.
I texted my husband, I was like, you'll never realize like what I went through this week. I've never been validated. I don't really have like leaders I can look up to, and before this, I had compassion fatigue, so like, I didn't really think I was going in the right direction. Last year, similar to Andrea, it was fucking hard. And we're all sitting here, we've all pushed through the shit we have, and I'm so forever grateful to meet all of you. You guys, there's no words. Thank you. I think it's hard to put in words. I was telling people I came here with the mission to like evolve my business. Internally, I've reflected all day. I've been like fighting tears, so I knew that was coming.
Well, this is what it all comes down to. 5,000-ish applicants, thousands and thousands of video interviews and time going through all of it. Hundreds and hundreds of phone calls, endless amounts of rubrics, back and forth, contracts, flights, a week worth of this ridiculousness. All of it culminates in who made it in that top 6 aspect of the leaderboard. You are all winners in my eyes, but the winners of the blocks, as far as the runners-up go, in no particular order, completely randomly drawn. We've got all pause retreats. The Center for Proper Protocol and Etiquette. And merriment.
I'm the runner-up. It's absolutely incredible. I'm totally floating.
It's mind-blowing. I didn't see it coming.
There's no words, and if you have the opportunity to do this and you think you're worth it, do it, because there's nothing else out there that is like this.
This is an incredible feeling to be standing down here. I'm just soaking it all in just for a second, and I'm thinking about all the amazing people and businesses that are represented in this room, and I'm feeling like a goofball down here. I just plan parties. You guys are changing the world, so thank you for having me this week.
I feel so humbled to be up there with such amazing people and to look out in the crowd and see so many friends and people that are so near and dear to me now after such a short period of time.
This has been a hard, it's like I think everybody, we've all had our times in our lives, and there's been a lot of struggle. I needed this win, and I just appreciate that.
I'm very proud of everyone here and the things that we accomplished this week and the rigor that we all went through, and no one gave up. We all just came here to work we showed up every single day, and I'm proud of myself and my fellow contestants. I think I'm gonna make my daughter and my fiance and my stepkids proud, and showing my daughter that she can push through her boundaries was really important. I wanted to come on here, make her really proud.
Here it is. The winners of the blocks, in no particular order. Cue actual.
It's still hard to believe. When I prayed about coming here, the Lord told me that I was coming to add value to others. And so that's what I've tried to do the entire time, is add value to other people. How can I help them? How can I share with them? I mean, we're all in competition with each other, but we're still trying to help each other.
Smiley Aesthetics.
I did not think we were going to win the whole thing. I just was shocked. I mean, I think we were surprised. She's maybe you weren't as, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I was surprising, and once again, I'm overwhelmed with emotion and gratitude. The gratefulness that's flowing is, it's hard to put into words too. So just really, really grateful.
Atara style.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe, it's really hard for me to take it in. It feels surreal. I feel like, I don't know how I feel. I just know I feel immense joy. I'm going home not only with tools to really take my business to an even higher level, I'm going home with the validation of knowing that everything that I've been trying to do to change the lives of plus size women, it is needed. It is something that is going to change the world.
All right, it's official. Out of all of this, you guys are the champions of this entire ridiculously big game. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. There are no words. I mean, Q, you've got a fan club up there. And you deserve it. You're magnetic, to say the least. Smiley girls, you guys have done fantastic. You've already heard all the reasons why you're the best. Now, you crushed this week. You know what? Let's talk about it. I might as well have just had you move into my house because I saw you every day at breakfast. And you make that red look better than anybody else could. You three teams are incredibly great representatives of the type of teams and companies and people and entrepreneurs that we want to be the champions of this game. So thank you for leaning in as much as you did. I'm incredibly honored to have watched you all week.
Q, what you're doing in the mental health space is amazing. As somebody who also works in the mental health space, it's so important and amazing to see someone with your passion, your drive, and just your business savvy take on this challenge.
I gotta say, I'm impressed that you guys made it up there without my cushy points, because you didn't even make it to my pod. But I got to visit with you guys a lot, and all of you were picking my brain and taking every advantage that you could. And I'm super impressed with all of you.
To Miss Atara Styles, okay? Always coming out here, blowing us away. Everyone is so just attracted to your grace, so attracted to what it is that you're doing, so attracted to how you motivate those around you. Keep doing what it is that you're doing. I'm sure I will see all of you all in some form or fashion in the future, but I definitely look forward to seeing you in the future in some capacity, because again, you're magnetic and you're doing such great things.
You're all rock stars, but I will say, as a veteran who went to Iraq and struggled with PTSD and a million other things around trauma, when you first pitch, I literally was like, how is he going to solve mental health with an app? I was like, there's no way. And then the more I learned, the more I heard about it, I was like, he could actually do this.
To be on top of the leaderboard, I think the biggest thing that impresses me is you're all natural born leaders, right? You could teach a class on this thing. You're teaching me things this morning in the hotel lobby that, like, your intuition, clearly we all know where that comes from. Girls, you guys are just a dynamic duo. You play off each other well. Being a fellow twin, I wish I had that. And it's just undescribable. I haven't seen that, right? It's just special. We didn't have a lot of interaction, but the one long interaction that we did have, you listened the entire time. And every time you come up here, you put on a show. Effortless. That's the best possible word. I've never seen anything like that. I'm speechless on how talented you are, and I don't even know if you know that, because it's so natural.
This whole experience, it validated that the work that I'm doing is needed, it's real, it's valuable, and now it's about scale, and it's the time for me to really step into my mission with my agency and grow. It's time for me to bring on a team. It's time for me to bring more technology into my business so that I have more freedom to spend time with my daughter.
It's just incredible to be here and be recognized, but I think the true reason I was recognized is because of my servant's heart. What the Lord has the capacity that the Lord has placed me in is to help others.
It's been an incredible journey. I really loved meeting all of you. Thank you to the judges for pouring into each one of us. You've poured into each of our cups. And during our time with you, the consultations, we were the only person in the room for you, which is incredibly difficult to do. So thank you for doing that for each one of us. It's a lot of work on your part. Wes, this is an incredible experience, unmatched to anything that I've experienced in the business world over the last 14 years. Kudos to you. Thank you for creating this environment for all of us to come together. What you've created is a community that we desperately, desperately needed. So thank you so much. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Lord. 14 years ago, I almost ended my own life. And I found the Lord a few days later. And he's taken me on this incredible journey of healing. And he's given me this mission to bring this message of hope to the world. So there's going to be dark days ahead of you. There's going to be struggles, and there's going to be hardship. And not just for you, but for your friends and your family. And the number one catalyst for survival is hope. No matter where your faith journey takes you, I find my hope in Scripture, and you can find it there too. So thank you guys for being my family, and thank you again to Wes.
There's nothing special inside of me that isn't inside of every one of them. We all have a gift. When we were born, God gave each one of us a gift. And it's our job in this life to unwrap it, see what it is, and walk in it. And I know my gift is adding value to other people. And your gift might be something different, but we all have that gift.
It's not a show. It's a family. Like, this is a brotherhood. This is a sisterhood I've never experienced before. And when you have lost your mother and you don't have a lot of family support, you yearn for things like this. You yearn for a safe space. Thank you, Wes, for seeing me. Thank you, Wes, for seeing all of us. Thank you for believing in the mission of a young Black plus size girl from West Baltimore. I grew up. I just have to thank the Most High for keeping me, because I remember through this process, my daughter, she's only 6, but she said to me in the car one day as I was preparing to come here, "You're going to win, Mommy." And I'm like, of course she's going to say that. She's my daughter. But she must have knew, and she sees something in me, because as I prepared for this competition, there were times where I'm like, I don't have $1 million. I don't have a valuation. I know I'm not ready for all those next level stages. I didn't feel worthy. And I heard you earlier say those are things that I already know, but the validation I received this week for what I do, that it's needed, that it's valuable, and that it's going to go places and it's valuable. I'm so grateful for all of you. This experience was worth more than this weight in gold. I would do it again. You can't put a price on what you gave us this week. And I think all of us are going home transformed, refreshed, and plus size women, you are beautiful, you are worthy. All women in the audience, everybody out there, you are worthy. Growing up, I did not see Black plus size women in entrepreneurial spaces. There are not a lot of us that I could look to. I had to want to grow up and change that narrative, and you all are a part of my journey and my story. And while I came here feeling lonely and unsure about where I wanted to go with my business, I'm going home with 70 new family members that are going to have my back. And for any plus size woman that's out there that's holding back, that you're allowing your weight to be a barrier, stop waiting. I'm not talking about WAIT. I'm talking about WEIGHT. Stop waiting. Do what you need to do. Go out here and represent. You are needed. And this is dedicated to LaTanya Carter, who I lost in 2020, my dear mother, on the backs of my grandparents, John and Gloria Carter, who for 40 years ran a successful liquor store in the Sandtown, Winchester community. I'm doing this for them. I'm doing it for my city. I'm doing it for plus size women. I'm doing it for Black women. I'm doing it for Baltimore. I'm doing it for everybody who thought that they were not worthy. You are, and I'm super grateful. And there will never be a season like us. Season 7, mark my words.
Sharing this success. Take it in. Round of applause. Give it up.